Hey everyone, it's Enchanted Izzy and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my favorite dinosaur and dragon mods that I think you guys should add into your world because they completely enhance the world. And these are the craziest mods and honestly, my favorite mods ever. So stay tuned till the end so you guys can see the craziest mod of this video. The first mod that I want to talk about is Ice and Fire Dragons. Now this mod doesn't just add in dragons, it also adds in mythical creatures into the game. There is a lot of items that come in this mod. These are all of the weapons, armor, and just a bunch of other items that you can get in this mod pack as well. So there is a lot to do. All of these items are pretty much craftable as well, minus like the spawn eggs and stuff like that, but everything else is pretty much craftable. These are a couple of the creatures that you will find in this really big structure. I feel like this structure is kind of like the boss fight structure, so this is one of the biggest ones, but as you can tell, their structures that come into the world do not disappoint. There is a lot of detail into them, and also the creatures that come with them are really cool as well. Here's another structure that you can find with a bunch of sirens. Now, don't let their looks fool you because they will lure you in just like a typical siren with their voices. Now, keep in mind, all of these structures that you will find in the Ice and Fire Dragons mod do have loot that you can get as well. And some of this loot can be like typical items in vanilla and then some of the items from the mod. Here's a couple of the creatures that you might stumble upon. This is the Cyclops. Obviously, as you can tell, he is not friendly at all. He will basically kill anything that he sees. The next one might not look as scary or intimidating, but it's the pixies. Now, these pixies won't hurt you, but they will steal stuff from your inventory, so watch out if you do see them. However, you can collect them in jars, and they do look really cute if you set them up like this. I think it looks really cute because of how colorful it is. And they also have their little houses from where you can see where they spawn. So that's like their little pixie village. The next one is another water creature, and this one is very mean. He will kill you, and he will kill you in like 2 hits. But not everything is bad, okay? These are some water horses that are actually pretty nice, and you can actually tame these water horses as well. Next is obviously the dragons. You will find these dragons spawned around your world, and these are not friendly at all, but you can actually tame dragons. Now, the dragons that you can actually tame, you do have to find a dragon cave and then kill that dragon, and then you have to get the egg. If you guys want me to do a tutorial on that, I can in a later video. However, it's a very complicated process, but through that egg, you can actually get your own dragon baby. But here's a couple of the dragons that I just found spawn naturally. However, there's a bunch of different dragon variants. I believe there's lightning dragons, there's ice and fire dragons, obviously. You can also find some of these dragons just like laying around, and this is actually how you're gonna craft some of the items in this mod. So you can go ahead and collect it, and then the skull is actually placeable, so you can display that in your house if you want, if you're like a freak or something, I don't know. Here's some of the weapons that you can actually get from this mod. Also, these are really cool because they all have their own unique abilities. As you guys can tell from here, I'm hitting them and doing damage to them with completely different abilities like fire, lightning, and ice. And then we do have a bunch of different armor. This is just a couple of them. There is so many more in the mod. However, I just wanted to showcase some of my personal favorite ones and the ones that I thought were the most unique. So that's just a couple of things in the Ice and Fire Dragons mod. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are going to be downloading it. But now let's move on to the dinosaur one, which I personally think is the coolest in this video. No shade, Ice and Fire Dragons, no shade. This next mod is called Jurassic Reborn. It has so many different dinosaurs and also a bunch of different species as well. This mod is basically a mod pack in itself. It has multiple different sections and layers to it. So the first section is the Reborn Park decorations. They have a bunch of different decorations that you could display. Honestly, it kind of looks like museum kind of displays, or you could just display it in your build. I think it's really cool because they do have like the real life version, and then they have the skeleton version as well. And they do come in a bunch of different sizes, which I think is really cool. The next part of this mod is all of the food that they have. Now, all of this food does give you unique abilities as well after eating it, I'm pretty sure. Here's me just eating some of the food. Now, keep in mind, you do have to, like, you know, kill some of the mobs in this mod to actually get it, but as you can tell, you do get like a unique ability when you do eat some of the food from this mod. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think that's like a plus. Okay, bro, I had to speed up this clip because they have so many fossils in this mod. So if you are somebody who would love to collect fossils, display them in your base, or just kind of admire all the fossils, they have so many. Like, this is me scrolling through every single one of them. Like, trust me, they have so much. And some of these you can actually display as well, which I am gonna show you guys in this video. So this is how you do end up finding these fossils. You have to find them, I guess, in the stone, and then you can display them, and then there is like other items as well. And honestly, I feel like the fossil section is probably the longest section of this video. Just wait until I have to show you guys all of the dinosaurs and species though. But I feel like this mod is just a 10 out of 10, but there is more. The next section is all of the items. Now, they have a bunch of unique items. I think my favorite part is all of the vehicles that they have that do represent like the Jurassic Park movies, and they're all really cool, and I think they're honestly a 10 out of 10 for traveling because they do go across blocks and stuff like that. They do have a helicopter. All of the items are cool. They do also have a bunch of weapons as well, and I did showcase me actually using some of these as well, so you guys can see the damage that they actually do, which isn't too much. And then they do have displayable items, and then they have a pregnancy test. Yeah, I don't really... The next section is all of the plants. So this section isn't too much. However, I did want to go over it anyway since it is a section in this mod. So there is a bunch of plants that you can actually choose from. You can actually put these down as decorative items, and then some of these you can actually eat, and they do give you special abilities. Like this one does gain you 2 hearts, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, if you guys are keeping up with my series, I'm doing a mod every single day. I did showcase a little bit of this mod, but in this video, since I have a long form, I am sitting down and showing you guys every single mob in this mod. There's a lot, so you might want to sit down. There's a lot of cool ones towards the end of the video since it is in the end of the list for the spawn eggs, but if you guys want to see every single mob and species that's in this mod, you might want to sit down because there's a lot, and I can't even yap for that long, to be honest. So that is everything in the Jurassic Reborn mob section. I know it was a lot, but it's honestly worth it. I would highly recommend to add this mod if you want to do like a Jurassic Park inspired mod pack. Honestly, this is already like a mod pack alone, and if you include ice and fire dragons, I feel like these two go so cool together because it's just a lot to work with in your world. I feel like what I'm looking at right now is just kind of crazy, but let me know what you guys think about everything in the comment section down below, and thank you so much for staying tuned till the end of the video and finding out all of the different species that are in this mod pack.